The Babysitter. A story by Isabel. She said her name was Naomi. Soft-spoken, alone. She had just moved into the neighborhood carrying nothing but a few bags and a haunted smile. Jessica noticed her from across the street. She waved once. Naomi waved back. That was how it began. Jessica was a stay-at-home mom with 2 children. Sarah was 5, Caden was 2. A full-time job with no pay and no breaks. She longed to return to work. But finding someone to trust with her kids? That was the hard part. Naomi appeared kind. She told Jessica about her past, how she was once married, how she had a son, and how she lost him. Illness, she said. It destroyed her marriage, destroyed her life. Now she just wanted a fresh start. One afternoon, she said something that stayed with Jessica. If you ever need someone to watch the kids, like a nanny. I have not found a job yet. I'd love to help. I could use the pay. Jessica smiled. It felt like a blessing. But blessings can come disguised. She told Naomi she'd have to talk to her husband about it first. Charles wasn't easily convinced. We barely know her, he said. Jessica insisted. She believed Naomi's story, believed her pain, believed her smile. They agreed to give her a try for 1 week. Naomi started on Monday. She was early. She was polite. She played with the kids like she'd known them forever. She sang to Caden until he fell asleep. She brushed Sarah's hair and told her she was special. Jessica left for work with peace in her heart. Naomi was the perfect babysitter. Until she wasn't. 2 weeks later, something changed. Naomi's eyes lost their light. She spoke to herself in whispers. She stared at Caden too long. She called him by her late son's name, Josh. Then one afternoon, she filled the bathtub. She picked Caden up and held him over the water. You'll be clean again, Josh, just like before. She didn't know Sarah was watching. Sarah didn't scream. She ran and hid. That evening, Jessica came home exhausted. Sarah tried to speak. Mommy. Jessica cut her off. Not now, baby. Mommy's tired. The next day, Jessica noticed a mark on Sarah's cheek. A red bruise, faint but fresh. What happened? She asked. Sarah hesitated. Then she whispered. Naomi burned me with a hot spoon. Jessica froze. She doesn't give us lunch when you're gone. She gets angry. She tried to drown Caden. Jessica's hands began to shake. That night, Jessica and Charles searched Naomi's profile online. And they found it. A missing persons report. Naomi had fled a psychiatric rehab facility. She had overdosed before. Had tried to hurt herself and others. She wasn't healed. She wasn't safe. She was dangerous. They needed proof. They placed cameras in the house, in the kitchen, in the nursery, in the living room. Then that weekend, Jessica called Naomi. Please, I know it's your day off. But could you watch the kids just one more evening? Naomi agreed. Of course, she said. I'd love to. That night, they sat in a nearby coffee shop and watched everything from their phones. Naomi sat on the floor with Caden. The lights were off. Only a candle lit the room. She rocked back and forth, mumbling, crying. She picked up Caden's hand, held it over the flame. You'll feel warmth again, just like him. Sarah screamed from the hallway. Mommy! Jessica and Charles burst through the front door. Charles grabbed Caden. Jessica ran to Sarah. Naomi fell to the floor, sobbing. Broken. The police came minutes later. She didn't fight. She didn't speak. They took her away. Jessica stood in the living room holding her children. Her heart shattered. I let a stranger in. I almost lost everything. She couldn't stop crying. Neither could Charles. Naomi was gone. But the guilt stayed. The house was quiet again. Too quiet. Jessica never returned to work. She watched her children play from the window, and every now and then, she'd glance across the street at the empty house Naomi once lived in. And she'd whisper to herself, "Never again."